good day to everyone. At nandito na naman tayo for another lesson which is related to research. And we're going to discuss about how to write the introduction of the research paper. So, paano nga ba? Paano nga ba natin isusulat ang introduction ng ating research paper? So, bago natin simulan ang pag-aaral kung paano natin isusulat ang introduction of our research paper, dapat importanteng kilalanin natin ang iba't ibang parte or the different parts of the introduction of the research paper. So let us begin. To put it simply, the introduction provides the structure for the paper. Okay? So, the introduction contains a topic sentence, background of the study, which comes with a thesis statement, supporting sentences, and a rationale. Okay? So, ito yung nilalaman ng ating isusulat na introduction of the research paper. At meron pa, which is, of course, the conclusion. Kailangan nating tandaan na sa ating pagsulat ng research paper, ng introduction of our research paper, kinakailangan merong topic sentence, merong background of the study, the thesis statement, of course, hindi mawawala yung supporting sentences, and yung rationale. And lastly, the conclusion. Alright? So, ating isa-isahin, kilalanin natin mabuti kung ano-ano ba itong iba't ibang parting ito na dapat maisulat or ma-include sa ating pagsulat ng ating introduction of the research paper. Okay, una, what is a topic sentence? Ano nga ba ang topic sentence? This is the main idea of your paper. Remember that this is the most important sentence in the paragraph. Bakit? Bakit nga ba itong pinaka-importanteng pangungusap sa ating sinusulat na paragraph? Okay? Even in elementary, even in writing a story, meron tayong tinatawag na main idea. Okay? Napaka-importante ito kahit sa pagsulat natin ng introduction of the research paper. Dahil ito na mismo nagpapakita ng ating paksa. That is the main idea. And later on, magbibigay ako ng halimbawa nito na this should always exist. In fact, ito yung pinaka-esensya na dapat maisulat natin kapag gumagawa tayo ng introduction of the research paper. Okay, so we're done with what is the topic sentence. Let us proceed to the next one. Okay, so what is the background of the study? Ano nga ba ang background of the study? So let's just make it simple again. So this portion discusses the historical background of the problem, when it began, and the how and where. It should describe the problematic circumstances, which may include the range and seriousness of the problem, who is affected by it, its effects, and every detail that may help clarify the whole context of the study. Remember, it should include every detail that may help clarify the whole context of the study. Okay? Yung background, maaari natin itong mahalintulad sa ano nga ba ang mga kasaysayan ng problema. So, this is pertaining yung tinatawag nating historical background. At kapag atin pong pinag-aaralan yung kasaysayan ng problema, inaalam din natin kung kailan ito nagsimula, paano ito nangyari, at kung saan ito nangyayari. Okay? Of course, when we say problematic circumstances, napaka-importanting atin itong ma-identify since we are talking about historical background of the problem. Okay? At dapat ma-emphasize natin kung gaano kalawak yung problema at kung gaano kaseryoso ang nangyayaring problema. Upang nang sa ganun, makumbinsi natin ang magbabasa ng ating research na kailangan talagang meron kang gawing pag-aaral. Okay? So, sana'y malinaw po yun. At ang pangatlo, what is a thesis statement? A thesis statement is the sentence that sets up the argument of the discussion. Anong pong ibig sabihin? Ang ibig sabihin, yung thesis statement is the argument. Kung atin pong i-elaborate, ito po yung stand mo. For example, sabihin na natin, there is this certain research na nagsabing marami yung namamatay sa paggamit ng sigarilyo. So, maaaring ang thesis statement ay ang paggamit ng sigarilyo ay nakamamatay. Okay? This is the argument which you are going to provide supporting sentences. Okay? So, maaari kang makapaggawa ng supporting sentences sa iyong ginawang argumento. Okay? So, which leads us to this question, what are supporting sentences? These are the additional details that supports the main idea. And of course, it will also support your thesis statement. This will also present the evidences to show why the claim or the argument or the thesis statement is true or correct. Generally, these are information that support your research. Okay? Yun yung gamit ng supporting sentences. Ito hindi lamang po inilalagay o isinusulat upang humaba lamang ang ating introduction of the research, but meron siyang purpose. Siya yung nag-present ng mga ebidensya para nang sa ganoon mapatunayan panglalo kung ano ang sinasabi ng ating thesis statement o ng ating argumento. O sa kabuuan, ito ang nagsusuporta o sumusuporta sa ating pangunahing paksa o yung main idea. So since we are done with the supporting sentences, let us proceed to the rationale. Ano nga ba itong rationale? What is a rationale? The rationale of your research is the reason why you are conducting the study. Okay? So this should present why a research must be conducted. So ano nga bang ibig sabihin kapag sinabing rational? So ito po yung rason o maaring mga rason kung bakit kinakailangan gawin ang pag-aaral. And later on, bibigyan ko kayo ng halimbawa upang mabigyang linaw kung ano yung inyong kinalilituhan. And lastly, since we're already done with the different parts and we are down to this last question. What is a conclusion? Okay, in Tagalog, conclusion. So, the concluding sentence or the conclusion simply recalls the main idea. So this is a simple trick na dapat nating tandaan. Kapag conclusion, actually, bumabalik lang tayo sa kung ano ang ating main idea. Okay? Ang nangyayari kadalasan is pinaparaphrase lang. So kung naaalala nyo kung anong ibig sabihin ng paraphrasing, ito yung paggawa ng statement of a sentence in another word. Okay? So, the concluding sentence simply recalls the main idea. At ang kaibahan niya dun sa main idea is you're adding details that leaves a strong ending for the paragraph or for the introduction of the research. So that is conclusion. So now I will show you an example of an introduction of research taken from an existing research. Okay, so ibig sabihin tapos na tong research na to, and I'm going to show you the parts of what we discussed today that are existing in this introduction of a research. Okay, so this is the sample introduction from the work of Faryadi, published in 2011. Okay, so modern technology is continuously evolving, and in recent times, it has manifested itself in a very serious social problem, namely cyberbullying. Modern technology is like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it gives us connectivity. On the other, it increases emotional stress. As such, young internet users, including students, may be at the mercy of cyberbullies. The victims under great emotional stress are unable to concentrate on their studies, and thus their academic progress is adversely affected. Unfortunately, little attention is given to this global problem by institutions of higher learning, teachers, parents, and emergency service providers. The depressive effect of cyberbullying prevents students from excelling in their studies. Bullying in schools and universities are causing unimaginable problems to students, parents, and to educational institutions. Unfortunately, little has been done to help those victims who are continuously trapped in the name of modernization and digitalization. The primary objective of this investigation is to provide institutions of higher learning with a workable and feasible intervention in fighting cyberbullying. Researchers agree that the stressful impact of bullying is escalating with the rapid expansion of technological advancement. Many students who are victims of cyberbullies suffer silently. They are reluctant to complain to the authorities or their parents, owing to the social stigma attached to victims of bullies. As such, parents, teachers, and institutional authorities have to be on the lookout for such occurrences. Okay, so since we are done reading the whole introduction, although it's just a short introduction, and we're using it just to emphasize the different parts of the introduction of the research. Okay, so let us now go to the part where we are going to identify the different parts of the introduction of the research. So here is. Alright, so the one that I colored red is the topic sentence. Alright, so if you're going to notice it, it says, modern technology is continuously evolving, and in recent times it has manifested itself in a very serious social problem, namely cyberbullying. So pinipresenta po dito yung paksa, which is cyberbullying. Kaya yan po yung ating topic sentence. And the one that I colored green, ito yung supporting sentences. So do not get me wrong, supporting sentences could support the main idea. It could also be a supporting sentences when it supports the thesis statement. Alright? So we have here this, itong hindi ko kinulayan. Unfortunately, little attention is given to this global problem. Actually, it is trying to introduce this one, which is the thesis statement. Okay, so this is still a supporting sentences which tries to introduce the thesis statement. Okay, so it still supports the statement. All right, so that's just three of the parts of the introduction of the research, which leaves us to the other parts of the research. Okay, so ito yun. So bullying in schools, yung color green na naman, this is the background of the study. So ano nga ba yung background of the study? If you could remember in our previous slides na ating discuss, ito ang mga details na it may present evidences. As you can see here in this part, merong sinabing, researchers agree that the stressful impact of bullying is escalating with the rapid expansion of technological advancement. Diba? So this actually signals na ito yung background of the study. Gaano kaseryoso. So it is saying here that the bullying in schools and universities are causing unimaginable problems. So, describe kung gaano kaseryoso. And it also described where? So, schools and universities. Okay? And the people who are affected, the students, the parents, and educational institutions. Diba? So, this is the background of the study. Okay, and we have the color blue, which is our rationale. Why is it the rationale? So this shows the primary objective of the investigation, which of course gives us kung ano yung rason kung bakit pa ginagawa natin tong ating research. So, ano nga bang rason? To provide institutions of higher learning with a workable and feasible intervention in fighting cyberbullying. So, yun yung purpose. Okay, ito yung rason kung bakit ginagawa ang research. Alright? And lastly, ito ay change something here, different sa binasa natin kanina. So, ganito na ang ating conclusion. Okay? If you could still remember, on the introduction, yung ating tinatawag na topic sentence was just describing what is cyberbullying. Of course, as it is being paired with the advancement of the modern technology. So, ganito lang natin siya ni-restate. So, ganito. Amidst the rapid advancement of technology, parents, teachers, and institutional authorities have to be on the lookout for the occurrences of cyberbullying. Pwede din siyang dagdagan mo pa ng sentence na para makakot ng attention. It could be a question, di ba? Para mas catchy. So actually, it's just up to you. And also, do not get me wrong, this different parts na tinuturo ko sa inyo, hindi naman talaga kinakailangan sunod-sunod siya na hindi mo pwedeng i-rearrange yung pagkakagawa dito. You don't need to follow a particular order. For me personally, the most important thing is that makikita ito or these different parts exist in the introduction of your research. Yun lang naman. Okay? And the references kung saan natin kinuha itong study na to, just in case you'd want to read the whole research itself. So this is the references. Okay, so guys, that's it. That will be the end of our lesson, which is about the introduction of the research. And still, this is Professor Haggard. And thank you. Thank you for following this YouTube channel. Although, paminsan-minsan lang tayo nakakapag-upload ng videos because of, again, the hectic schedule na meron tayo, even though it's the world is still under the so-called pandemic, but still let's just stay home if possible. And stay safe, everyone. And goodbye.